Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. My name is Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from Barrelson Field on the campus of Milton Academy in Milton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the first of a doubleheader of varsity soccer matchups today. Starting with boys soccer, today's matchup pits the visiting Arrows of St. Sebastian's School over here on my left with the hosting Milton Academy Mustangs here on my right. As you can see from the scoreboard and the shot, we are a little less than 10 minutes away from the start of this contest. So in the meantime, let's take a look at these two teams. Coming into this game, the visitors, St. Sebastian's, they have a 500 record at 3-3-0. They are coming off a dominant 7-0 win over Governor Academy in their most recent contest, and they're hoping to keep the good times rolling. But the good times have been rolling even more for Milton Academy of late. They come into this contest with a 6-1-1 record. They started the season off 1-1-1, a win, a loss, and a tie to open things up. But since then, it's been hot streaks, 5 straight wins for the Mustangs. Most recently, a home win against Groton on Wednesday. Wasn't on Barrelson Field. They were playing on one of the other fields available for soccer teams here on the campus of Milton Academy, but they still came away with a big win there. So in the meantime, let's take a look at today's rosters. We'll start with the home team, Milton Academy Mustangs. Going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a junior goalkeeper from West Newton, Massachusetts, number 0, Tommy Hong. A freshman goalkeeper from Milton, Massachusetts, number 00, Davis Kahn. A junior goalie from Dorchester, Massachusetts, number 1, Mateo Buyu. A senior midfielder from Hingham, Massachusetts, number 2, Griffin McGillivray. A junior back from Newton, Massachusetts, number 4, Nick Catherison. A senior midi from Hong Kong, number 5, Greg Yao. A senior wing and wingback from Needham, Massachusetts, number 6, Wyatt Wally. A senior center midi and center back from Newton, Massachusetts, number 8, Henry Richter. A senior wing and forward from Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, number 9, Gavin Randolph. A senior middle forward and back as well from Newton, Massachusetts, number 10, Zach Sardi Santos. A senior forward, wing, and midi from Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, number 11, Luke Randolph. A junior midi and forward from New York, New York, number 13, Aiden Chuang. A senior back from Newton Center, Massachusetts, number 14, Noah Lippa. A junior forward and wing from Duxbury, Massachusetts, number 15, Will Gallagher. A senior midi and forward from Tirana, Albania, number 16, Boyd Nako. A junior back and wing from Hingham, Massachusetts, number 18, Jack Flowers. A senior forward from Natick, Massachusetts, number 19, Matthias Kemper Tapia. A senior wing and forward from Wellesley, Massachusetts, number 20, Conrad Brown. A sophomore forward, wing, and back from Canton, Massachusetts, number 21, Anthony Rusito. A junior back and wing from Lunenburg, Massachusetts, number 23, Aiden Rodriguez. A senior back from Georgetown, Massachusetts, number 24, Quince Berkeley. A junior forward from Blue Hill, Maine, number 25, Jonah Rie. A junior wing and back from Dedham, Massachusetts, number 26, Cameron O'Rourke. A sophomore forward and wing from Lilongwe, Malawi, number 27, Christian Kakome. A freshman back and forward from Lexington, Massachusetts, number 28, Alejandro Palacio. And rounding out the roster today, a sophomore back from Bar Harbor, Maine, number 29, Walker St. Germain. Coaches for the Milton Academy boys soccer team are Chris Kane, Chris Lewis, Sean Allian, Ian Torney, and Hezrick Richards. That is your roster for the Milton Academy Mustangs. Couple players not available today, but they've still got plenty of good players to spare. Now with that out of the way, let's take a look at the roster for the visiting St. Sebastian's Arrows. A senior back and co-captain, number 5, Aiden McCarthy. A senior midi and co-captain, number 9, Aiden Noonan. A senior midi and forward and co-captain, number 10, William Adams. A senior keeper, number 0, Ryan Gallant. A senior keeper, number 00, Cooper McCann. A junior back, number 1, Alexander Baines. A sophomore midi and back, number 2, Nicholas Adams. A junior forward, number 3, Matthew Malloy. A sophomore back, number 4, Kellen Kilmartin. A senior midi, number 6, Nicholas Grover. A junior midi, number 7, Oliver O'Donnell. A senior back, number 8, Alexander Hartman. A junior midi, number 11, Edward Weiss. A sophomore midi, number 12, Jack Molka. Another sophomore midi, number 13, Brendan Schmidt. An 8th grade midi or forward, number 14, Sebastian Martinez Moulet. A sophomore forward, number 15, Jacob Piche. A senior back, number 17, Kevin Cummings. A junior back, number 19, Luke Brassard. A freshman forward, number 21, Alexander Perkin. And lastly, a junior midi, number 24, Charles Hoffman. Coaches for the St. Sebastian's boys soccer team are Woody Redpath and Ryan Moore. So that is your roster for the visiting St. Sebastian's Arrows. So about 3 minutes before we get this one underway, and it should be a good one. Once again, on behalf of Milton Academy Live, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, here bringing you live coverage of this Independent School League boys soccer contest here on a nice, rather breezy Saturday morning. Wind whipping through, and any high kicks, particularly from the keepers, could be affected by that. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. Like I said at the beginning, this is the start of a bit of a doubleheader, as right after this game plays out, we'll have another soccer match played out right here on the turf of Barrelson Field. It will be the girls' soccer team, Milton Academy Girls Soccer, and that should be a good one. They will be hosting Phillips Exeter Academy. That game is slated to start at 1:30 p.m. But for right now, it's the boys' time on the field, and they're hoping to keep, like I said, they're hoping to keep the good times rolling. A 5-match win streak, coming off a 4-0 win over Groton. Goals in that one were scored off a header from Zach Sardi Santos, a penalty kick score from Aiden Rodriguez. Another goal scored by Jack Flowers off an assist from Conrad Brown. And then Aiden Chuang and Alejandro Palacio worked a nice combination for the 4th and final score of that game. St. Sebastian's on the other side, like I said, they're coming off a dominant 7-0 win over Governor's Academy. So while their 3-3 record may seem relatively pedestrian compared to the 6-1-1 mark of the Mustangs, they are not a team to be underestimated. When given the openings, they can explode offensively. We can now see the two teams huddling up here. Milton Academy in the dark blue jerseys with the orange stripes and white jersey numbers, while St. Sebastian's sports white jerseys with red jersey numbers. And I gotta say, I like the striped look that Milton Academy is going for with this one. You know, it's a subtle inclusion of the team's orange color, but it works well, I think. And that'll count out the last of the seconds on the pregame scoreboard clock. Soon it will reset to the full length of our first half, and we'll be ready to get this one underway. St. Sebastian's players taking to the field here. We can see one of the co-captains, Aiden McCarthy, as well as what looks like number 1, Alexander Baines, number 17, Kevin Cummings out there as well, number 3, Matthew Malloy, number 4, Kellen Kilmartin, and a number of others I haven't caught just yet, but we'll keep up with the players as we go. Scoreboard clock now set to a full 45 minutes for our first half. St. Sebastian's huddling up on the pitch out there. Milton Academy huddling along the bench, and now they're sending out their players. In goal for St. Sebastian's today will be number 00, a senior keeper, Cooper McCann. Meanwhile, we see the home team roster coming out for Milton Academy. We can see number 4, Nick Catherson, number 11, Luke Randolph, number 10, Zach Sardi Santos, number 5, Greg Yao, and more of those blanks that I will fill in as we go along. One last huddle for Milton Academy. St. Sebastian's ready to go. And they break that last huddle. In net for the Mustangs today will be their junior keeper from Dorchester, Massachusetts, number 1, Mateo Buyu. Looks like the Mustangs will be opening this one up. At the middle, getting ready to start us, is number 10, Zach Sardi Santos. And there's the whistle, we're underway. Pass goes back to Yao, and Yao sends it all the way back to Catherson. Catherson along the far side, and it's touched over to Yao. Yao passes it along the wing looking for Luke Randolph, and it's picked off by St. Sebastian's. They're moving the ball in, but quickly swarmed by a few defenders, including Catherson. Swings it over to his fellow defender, Henry Richter, who sends it ahead to number 23, Aiden Rodriguez. Now back to Richter. Richter boots it way downfield, deflected, and then collected by St. Sebastian's for a second. Sardi Santos providing a fight, though, trying to poke it away, applying pressure there. It goes out of bounds. A deflection between Sardi Santos and number 1, Alexander Baines. Baines throws it in, a long inbound, is deflected away by Yao and collected by Randolph. A bit of a stoppage for a second, but instead it's passed over to Gavin Randolph. Randolph finds Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos passes ahead looking for Randolph. Randolph runs out of room and taps it, and they're going to say a goal kick. Number 9, Gavin Randolph, tried to get a favorable deflection there for the corner kick, but instead an even better deflection came off of the foot of Aiden McCarthy as he managed to bounce it off of Randolph's leg to earn the goal kick. Kicked in, finds Baines. Baines attempted centering pass. Now they're working around. Dangerous chance here for Milton, and we got a whistle. That was a dangerous pass. They end up calling the foul against Milton Academy. We almost got our first goal of the game. Number 17, Kevin Cummings, passes it along to McCarthy. Aiden McCarthy sending it over to the far side. Pass ahead, finds number 13, Brendan Schmidt. He passes in retreat. I believe that's back to McCarthy, and now ahead once again, but almost stolen away there by, I believe that's number 6, Wyatt Wally. But instead, another penalty is called, and the Arrows will have the free kick. This one's booted into the air, dangerous chance. Unfavorable deflection off of the head of Rodriguez. Chased down by number 12. An attempted kick deflected by Rodriguez, recovered by Gavin Randolph. A couple passes back to Rodriguez. He kicks the clear. It's recovered by Cummings. Passed over to number 9. That's Aiden Noonan, who then sends it back to McCarthy. McCarthy swings it over to Baines. Baines dribbling against Gavin Randolph, who pokes it away, but dangerously into some open space. Eventually recovered by number 16, Boyd Nako. Lost out of bounds, however, and this will be a throw-in for the Arrows. Back and forth it goes to Baines, deflected away, taken by Nako, pass to Randolph, then to Nako. Nako has it deflected away, it's taken away by Noonan. A couple give and goes. Noonan trying to lead his teammate, but cut off by Henry Richter. Richter kicks it back to Buyu. Buyu launches it into the air, and this is going to go out of bounds. The throw-in from Baines goes to Schmidt. Schmidt runs into traffic, and it's taken away by Yao, but Schmidt trying to force the issue. Yao gets it away to Nako. Nako taps it back to Catherson. Catherson dribbling with it. Sends it ahead to Wally. Wally with some space. Mistimes it with his teammate along the far side, and that's going to be an out-of-bounds turnover. Quick throw-in from St. Sebastian's. They're trying to press things here. Bit of a scrum for a loose ball. It's lost out of bounds, and they're going to say Milton Academy ball. Quick throw in down the line, aimed at Wally, deflected away by number 4. Yao got a foot on it for a second, then Catherson taps it over to Richter. Richter decides to send it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbles towards the middle, sends a pass through to Nako, but then the touch to Gavin Randolph was just off the mark. Baines throws it in to number 7, Oliver O'Donnell, who passes it back to Cummings. Cummings ahead to Noonan. Noonan hits some traffic, has to pass it back to Baines, now back to Noonan. Noonan couldn't control it well enough, taken by Gavin Randolph, passed back to Nako. Now back to Richter. Richter swings it over to Catherson. Catherson dribbling with some open space to work. He taps it ahead. And a tap back to Catherson is tripped up, and that draws a penalty. Good work from the center back, Nick Catherson, as he quickly taps it over to Richter. Richter sends it over to Rodriguez along the near side. Now back to Richter. Richter sends a pass to the middle to Yao, now back to Richter. Dribbling is Richter. He sends a pass along the wing, finds Gavin Randolph. Randolph starting to dribble towards the middle. Hitting traffic, turns around and passes back to Richter. Richter starts dribbling in, looking for a spot, passes ahead to Sardi Santos, who loses control, sends it back to Richter, back into Sardi Santos. Along the far side, dangerous wind gust there. That was Rodriguez who sent it to Sardi Santos, and now it's lost out of bounds. Looks like that's going to be our first corner kick of the day. Looks like Wyatt Wally lining up next to Gavin Randolph. Wally launches a liner. It's deflected back out and taken easily by Randolph. Randolph pops one in there. Off the head. Off another head. Off the bar. Big chance there off the head of, I believe, Boyd Nako. Almost gave us our first score. We've had a couple real close chances for Milton Academy, even though it's felt like the ball has spent more time in Milton's end. The big kick from the keeper, McCann, ultimately goes out of bounds, and it'll be Milton Academy ball. Mustangs take a conservative approach, throw it all the way back to Catherson. Catherson sends it to the middle to Yao. Now way back to Richter. Richter sends it across to Catherson. Now along the far side, pass to Yao. Back to Catherson. Catherson decides to dribble a little bit, and he kicks it over to Yao. Yao launches one, trying to lead Gavin Randolph, but deflected away, and it goes to the foot of Noonan. Noonan sends a pass, intercepted, taken away by Rodriguez. He sent it ahead for number 11, Luke Randolph, who couldn't keep control of it, and it's picked up by Cooper McCann. McCann boots this one high into the air, and that's going to bounce, excuse me, out of bounds. Aiden Rodriguez, the quick throw-in, looking for Luke Randolph. He manages to down it. Sends one to the middle, finds Sardi Santos, but he is quickly slid in on, and the ball is deflected away. It looks like the defender hurt himself when conducting that slide. Might have... Oh, he's looking hobbled. This is the senior co-captain, Aiden Noonan, number 9, who is now trying to walk this off. But he looks badly hobbled. And he's not even going the full length off the field. He's just sitting behind the back line. They're going to need to call the trainers out for this one. Looks like the trainer making their way as Noonan tries to limp to a better spot. We certainly hope he's okay, no matter which team you're rooting for. In the meantime, St. Sebastian's working on the clear. Almost lost out of bounds. Sardi Santos providing pressure, and it has to be passed away to the corner to Cummings. It's deflected out of bounds off the foot of Gavin Randolph, and so that'll be a goal kick for McCann. McCann boots it high into the air, off the head of Nako. Bit of a chase there, deflected by Sardi Santos. Nako trying to force his way through, and I think we got an illegal kick of some kind called on Boyd Nako, putting a stop to that attack attempt. Alexander Baines passes it ahead for Schmidt. Now back to Baines. Baines floats it down the near side. It's a bit of a race for it, but it's won by Henry Richter. And Buyu manages to keep it in bounds, but dangerous chance! Just wide! Goes off the flag on the far side. And I think they're going to call that out of bounds, and St. Sebastian's ball. Almost a goal for number 3, Matthew Malloy. He had a big gimme chance there. The kick from Richter was going to fly out of bounds. Buyu decided to try and keep it in to prevent the corner kick. But now a corner kick has happened after St. Sebastian's almost scored. Here's the kick into the air. Immediately headed out, I believe, by Catherson. Taken by Wyatt Wally for a second, but cut off. Schmidt now dribbling with it. He sends a pass way back to, I believe, Aiden McCarthy. Kicks it down the far side, deflected into the air, and stolen away. Now battling for it. And Milton Academy takes control. Centering kick to Yao. Now back to Catherson. Catherson being swarmed. He passes it along the far side. Now back to Catherson. Swings it over to Yao. Yao dribbling with some space. He passes over to Richter. Richter sends a liner, leading a teammate, trying to sprint in, but not enough timing there. Kicked away by McCann. Luke Randolph wanted that one. This one's taken by Yao, passed back to Richter. Henry Richter kicks it over to Catherson. Catherson boots it upfield, finds Gavin Randolph. He sends it along the wing to Wyatt Wally. Wally, a defender, swoops in and knocks it out of bounds, but it'll stay Milton Academy ball. And then an immediate deflection out of bounds. I believe this will be a corner. This will be the second corner of the day for Milton Academy and the third overall here in the first half. We are in the 13th minute here. Looks like it'll be Sardi Santos taking the corner kick. Arms raised, kicks in the air. Dangerous header just wide. Boyd Nako almost off the head again. Couple of good shots he's had off of the corners. But now it's going to be a goal kick for Cooper McCann. In the meantime, a substitution came in for St. Sebastian's. That was number 24, Charles Hoffman. The Arrows working on the clear. They have to pass it back to Cummings. Cummings sends a pass along to O'Donnell, and then an attempted lead for Jack Molka goes out of bounds. Throw-in will come from Aiden Rodriguez. Down the line, off the head of Gavin Randolph. Nako's boxed out, and it's taken for a second by Schmidt. Poked away by Nako. Gavin Randolph trying to force the issue against Cummings. It's lost out of bounds, and that'll be Milton Academy ball. Quick throw-in for Sardi Santos. Centering kick off the bar! Wally off the rebound. Centering kick, but nobody's there. The crossbar has not been Milton's friend today. Richter swings it over to Catherson, and Milton resets. A long floater over to the wing to Rodriguez. Tries to tap it ahead, but taken away by Baines. Now Molka dribbling with it. Centering pass. Finds Hoffman, but poked away by Richter. Richter now dribbling with it in some open space. Centering pass looking for Luke Randolph is poked away. And then lost out of bounds. Looks like number 18, Jack Flowers, was in pursuit, but instead he throws it into Yao. Passed back to Catherson, now over to Richter. 15th minute of this first half, Richter passes over to Rodriguez. We are still looking for our first score of this game. This is Greg Yao with the ball. Yao decides to swing it over to Flowers. Flowers back to Yao. Yao sends it ahead for Luke Randolph, who tries to pass it to Wally, just misses the mark. McCann swoops in and kicks it out of bounds. That one is going into the street on Voses Lane. So they get a new ball, and Wally throws it in. Deflected right back to Wally, and he gets swarmed pretty fast. He's battling for it along the far side. Taken away by St. Sebastian's and kicked out of bounds again. Throw in here goes off the head of one of the Arrows. Goes back to Greg Yao. Yao gets swarmed immediately, still battling for it. How did he come out with that ball? Greg Yao, pass is deflected, but then Nako takes it right back off the pass from Hoffman. His pass a little too hard off Randolph, and now Schmidt fighting for it. Couple players swooping in, and Nako takes it away, launches across the field, finds Gavin Randolph. Dangerous chance here. Centering kick off the foot awkwardly from Rodriguez, and then deflected off Nako and booted out of the box. Drops at the feet of Greg Yao. Yao kicks it back to Richter, and Milton Academy resets. Over to Catherson. Catherson sends it along the far side to Flowers. Flowers hesitates, passes over to Yao, who then sends it over to Richter. Richter dribbling in some open space, sends a pass through, leading for Rodriguez along the near side. Rodriguez, attempted centering kick, rolls past everybody and scooped up by McCann. Cooper McCann being kept busy here in the first half. We're now in the 17th minute. Big header there, and Jack Molka fighting his way to getting the ball. Molka trying to send it through, pass deflected by Catherson, and then stolen away by Richter. Richter sends a pass for Luke Randolph. Luke Randolph sends it ahead, trying to lead Wyatt Wally. Led him too much. McCarthy kicks it out of bounds. Throw in now for Milton Academy, touched by Wyatt Wally, but then taken away for a second, but it goes to Catherson. Kicked across the field to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it over to Gavin Randolph. Now Gavin Randolph leads Boyd Nako. Nako sends a pass deflected away and then kicked out of the box by St. Sebastian's. This is Hoffman dribbling with it. Sends a pass ahead. A pass back to Charles Hoffman. Hoffman trying to lead Malloy. Dangerous potential chance here. Malloy kicks it and misses wide. Matthew Malloy, his second big chance to score today. He just didn't have a good angle there. Too much pressure from Nick Catherson. We are 18 minutes into this first half. No score. Richter. Pass skips past Yao. Taken away. Number 7 passes it back to Hoffman. Hoffman launches a long one that floats easily into the arms of Mateo Buyu. Thrown in, intercepted for a second by Molko, but then poked away and taken by Rodriguez. Passed ahead to Gavin Randolph. Randolph dribbling with it. Tries to fake out a defender, nothing doing. Cummings deflects it into the air. Randolph manages to fight it to get it back, but then it's interfered with by O'Donnell. Into open space taken by Rodriguez. Now it's Schmidt trying to take it away, and it gets a little too physical. Penalty on the Mustangs. Baines will now have the free kick for the Arrows. Baines launches it, skips past a couple players, and then off the head of Catherson. Flowers overplays it a bit, and Hoffman tracks it down. Pass goes back, and all the way back to Aiden McCarthy. McCarthy sends it to the middle to O'Donnell, who then sends it back to Cummings. Cummings sends it ahead for Molka, kicked away by Nako, and it finds Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos whiffs, but manages to chase it down and tap it ahead to Randolph. Now Randolph sends it ahead, a tap back to Randolph, but cut off by Molka, and Molka kicks it out of bounds. Rodriguez with the throw-in, trying to lead Sardi Santos, and Sardi Santos manages to bully his way to getting the ball, but his kick is wide. Almost 20 minutes into this 45-minute first half. Cooper McCann, another goal kick. This one goes high into the air. Off the foot of Nako, then off the head of Molka, and then off the head of Aiden Noonan, who it's nice to see back in. Greg Yao cuts it off, and now a battle along the far side for the ball, and I think they're going to call a penalty on Milton Academy. This will be another free kick for the Arrows. This kick is from number 4, Kellen Kilmartin, high into the air, and it's against the wind. Deflected by Yao, now deflected by Noonan, now off the head of Catherson and off the head of Luke Randolph, off the head of Kilmartin. They're just playing catch with their heads. Now a battle along the far side, and the ball skips all the way back to Henry Richter. Richter sends it back to Buyu. Buyu passes ahead to Catherson. Catherson sends it ahead to Flowers, who tries to touch it back, but off the mark there, taken away by the Arrows. Greg Yao manages to force the ball away, get it to Richter. Now over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it ahead, tapped back to Rodriguez, tapped ahead, finds Nako. Nako trying to battle through Cummings. Nice tap to himself. Just too much pressure there, and it goes back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to dribble, running out of room. Touches it over to Randolph, now over to Nako, back to Randolph. Gavin Randolph fighting his way through, centering kick. Oh, too much defensive pressure there. Great defense by the Arrows after some beautiful passing from the Mustangs. And again, Milton Academy close, but no cigar on the score. Catherson now Resetting the play ahead to Luke Randolph, back to Catherson. Catherson tries to get it ahead, but it's taken away by Hoffman. Hoffman centers it to Schmidt, and Schmidt sends it back to O'Donnell. Now ahead to Noonan. Noonan being harassed by Wyatt Wally, has to try and get it away to Schmidt. Schmidt taps it along the far side, now popped into the air off the head of Richter. Down again. Passed back to Noonan. Aiden Noonan trying to weave his way through. Dangerous chance. Launches. Saved by Buyu. That's going to be a corner kick after Mateo Buyu got his fingertips on that launched shot from Aiden Noonan. Of course, Noonan, the one who went out hurt earlier this half. Nice to see that he's okay. And it'll be Oliver O'Donnell taking the corner kick for the Arrows here. Start of the 24th minute. Corner kick into the box, headed out immediately by Flowers, and now Wally trying to clear it away. Taken back by O'Donnell, pass back is harassed and taken away by Luke Randolph. Luke Randolph was surrounded for a second but managed to get out of it, pass it back to Catherson. Through pass goes ahead to Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos bringing the speed. Looking for his options. Leading pass, looking for Gavin Randolph, but sliding in and scooping the ball up is Cooper McCann. Nice idea from Sardi Santos to Randolph, but McCann wasn't going to let it happen. Long kick across midfield off the head of Catherson, downed by Yao. Yao gets control of it, passes it over to Flowers along the far side. Flowers dribbling, sends a pass ahead, intercepted by McCarthy. McCarthy racing along the far side, but cut off by Flowers. Flowers gets interfered with. He tries to poke it away again. Bit of a scrum for the ball, and it's taken by Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos dribbling and passes over to Yao. Now back to Richter. Richter back to Yao. Now over to Catherson. Now over to Richter. Richter sends one along the near side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it back to Richter. Now over to Catherson. Milton Academy just looking for an opening. Catherson dribbles, passes ahead to Wally. Wally starts to dribble ahead. Pass intercepted, too much traffic, but recovered by Sardi Santos. Passed back to Yao. Yao sends one over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez taps it over for Nako. Nako, centering pass, finds Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos passes it over to the wing to Rodriguez. Rodriguez running out of room here, and it's taken away by Baines and kicked out of bounds. We got some subs coming in for both sides now. I'll take a look at the jersey numbers when I can. Looks like we've got number 10 checking in for St. Sebastian's, who is not on my roster. And a couple players come in for Milton Academy, among them number 13, Aiden Chuang. Pass ahead now for Sardi Santos, and he gets taken away. A long floating pass for number 10, and he's battling Catherson, trying now to dribble as the reinforcements come, and he has to send a pass along to Hoffman. Pass back, pass ahead. Now a pass through to Oliver O'Donnell. He gets taken down, no flag, and they pass it ahead to Aiden Chuang. Ultimately deflected out of bounds. Dangerous chance started by the co-captain for the Arrows, number 10, William Adams. Throw in goes to Yao, who deflects it immediately out of bounds. Tough turnover for Milton Academy, especially after the pressure that the Arrows just brought on their last possession. Bit of a pause in the action while they track down a ball. And now Kilmartin going to throw it in. Throw in. Bit of a scrum for it. Kicked away by Richter. Goes all the way back to Cummings. Kick in, deflected by Chuang. Goes to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Baines. Baines launches it into the air. Cut off by Rodriguez and loses it out of bounds. That pass was led for number 21, Alexander Perkin. Now it'll be Baines throwing it in. Throw in here, off the head of Richter, taken by Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos trying to fight his way through. Has to stop and start again, pass ahead to Chuang. Chuang hits traffic, deflected, but then taken by Rodriguez. Pass is kicked away by Cummings, but now Gavin Randolph chasing after it. Randolph's got it, centering pass, just missed the mark. Wally chases it down, but his pass is taken away. Juicy opportunity that one was, but just off the mark on the pass. Now Charles Hoffman's pass is intercepted by Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it over to Gavin Randolph. Randolph working along the near side, gaining speed, looking for an opening for a centering kick, but instead he'll take the deflection for the corner kick. .5 minutes. Left here. We are in the 29th minute of this first half. The kick over the head of Chuang. Clear attempt is downed by Richter, but then stolen away by Hoffman. Hoffman dribbling along the far side, gets cut off by Wally, and the ball is tracked down by Catherson. Passed over to Yao. Now over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Yao. Yao taps it to Richter. Richter along the far side. Not quite sure of the number there. I think it might be Flowers. Lost out of bounds, and this will be St. Sebastian's ball. Throw in here, goes over the heads of a couple players. Taken by St. Sebastian's, fighting along the far side. I believe that's Adams. Adams pass for Schmidt. Schmidt sends a pass back to Hoffman, and then Hoffman's pass goes out of bounds. So my mistake on the previous possession, that was not Jack Flowers. That was number 19, Matthias Kemper-Tapia. This will now be a throw-in for Milton Academy. It'll go to Yao. Yao sends it ahead, deflected out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it went out of bounds off Milton Academy. This will be a throw-in for St. Sebastian's. A couple substitutions in. Quick deflection, but we've got a whistle again, and I think they're going to say out of bounds Milton Academy ball. Throw in back to Catherson. Catherson taps it back to, I believe, Flowers. Flowers sends it ahead. And now it gets to Luke Randolph. Now back to Yao. Yao sends it back to Catherson to reset. Swung over to Richter. Richter over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends one through. Finds Chuang. Tapped over to Randolph. Gavin Randolph had to slow down, but he dribbles towards the middle, tries a through pass, deflected, and kicked away by McCarthy. Back to Kemper-Tapia. Kemper-Tapia passes it back to Yao. Now over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, attempted pass for number 2, McGillivray, but it's deflected away. Kemper-Tapia chases it down. His kick is taken by Kilmartin. Passed ahead, a touch for Schmidt, but now Yao takes it away. Tries to lead his man along the far side. He somehow keeps it in, but now Kilmartin takes it away. Good racing by number 21, Anthony Recito, but couldn't turn it into anything there. Kemper-Tapia passes it back to Richter, now over to Yao. Yao dribbling, got some space to work. Long pass across to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the center to McGillivray. They're passing back and forth. McGillivray has it taken away by number 7, O'Donnell. Recovered by Yao, passed over to the far side. And I think that was Flowers being harassed along the far side, and he loses it out of bounds. We're in the 33rd minute, rather, of this 45-minute first half. Still no score. Milton Academy 0, St. Sebastian's 0. St. Sebastian's trying to reset. This is Cummings. He kicks it through to nobody, and it goes all the way back to Henry Richter. Richter decides to send it all the way back to Buyu, who then just sends it back to Richter. Richter starts dribbling. Long kick finds Gavin Randolph. He taps it for Chuang. Chuang loses control of it, though, and it's kicked away by Noonan. Goes back to McCarthy. McCarthy boots it away. That's going to sail out of bounds. Quick throw in from Catherson. Goes back to Flowers. Flowers dribbling. Sends a kick through off the foot of Rosito. And then this is Catherson. Centering kick for Rosito. Rosito trying to come around. Centering kick. Catherson. The shot saved by McCann. The center back, Nick Catherson, launched a shot off of that one. Talk about playing out of position. He draws the corner kick, and it looks like it'll be Aiden Rodriguez. Rodriguez kicks one high, and McCann swoops in and gets his hands on it. That was the fourth corner kick of the first half for Milton Academy as McCann boots this one into the air. Downed awkwardly by Richter, but he gets it back to Buyu. Buyu ahead to Richter. Now back to Buyu. Now over to the near side to Rodriguez. Back to Richter. 10.5 minutes left here in the first half. Into the air and off the head of Baines. Molka tries to chase it down, but it's taken away by Rodriguez. Back to Kemper Tapia. Now over to Yao. Now over to Flowers. Flowers along the far side. He boots it down the line, trying to lead Rosito. Rosito chases it down, stops it, starts dribbling towards the middle. Centering kick, finds Chuang, but deflected by the defender. Now Randolph! Oh, just deflected away and out of bounds. Boy, close but no cigar almost sounds like a joke at this point. Milton Academy trying to rush the efforts for the corner kick here. This will be Griffin McGillivray launching this corner kick after a big last-minute save by, I believe, McCann with some help from Alex Baines. Kicked high over everybody, chased down by Catherson, booted into the air and away from everyone's foot and cleared out by St. Sebastian's. Tracked down by Yao, and Yao boots it high all the way over to McGillivray. He downs it, starts to dribble, launches one through the legs of the defender, but right into the arms of McCann. 9 minutes left here in the first half, give or take stoppage time. Still scoreless. Off the head of Yao, downed by Gavin Randolph. Now back to Yao. Yao sends it ahead to Chuang. Chuang gets swarmed and it's deflected away. Yao takes it, passes ahead from McGillivray, but loses control. Cummings pops it into the air. Bounces over Molka. Rodriguez swoops in and takes it away. Rodriguez, centering kick, gets away from his teammate, booted out by Noonan, and Kemper Tapia kicks it through. Now tapped back to Kemper Tapia. Now he sends it over to Rodriguez along the near side. Now pass to Kemper Tapia. Kemper Tapia dribbling towards the net. Running out of room, though, and that's going to be another corner kick. How many corner kicks can Milton Academy have here in the first half? Looks like Kemper Tapia is going to take it himself. Here's the kick. It's a line drive, headed out by St. Sebastian's, all the way back to Kemper Tapia. He passes over to Gavin Randolph. Randolph taps it back to Kemper Tapia. Now over to McGillivray. McGillivray centers it over to Chuang. Chuang's pass is off the head of Molka, out of bounds. That's another corner kick for Milton Academy. What is this, 6 in the first half? Absolutely wild. Quick corner kick, bounces off the feet of a defender, booted into the air by Baines. Couldn't quite be downed. Now off the head of Schmidt, off the head of Rodriguez, but then taken by Noonan. Noonan trying to force his way through as he's pushing that ball ahead any way he can. Eventually collided with Catherson and now swarmed, and McGillivray swoops in and takes it. McGillivray sends it ahead, leading for Chuang. Chuang tripping and losing his footing, and I think they're going to call a penalty on St. Sebastian's. Little under 7 minutes left here in the first half, and it's going to be a free kick for the Mustangs. Looks like it'll be McGillivray taking this free kick. There's the signal. Booted towards the box. Dangerous deflection. Scrumming for it. And ultimately booted away and out of bounds by Molka. It'll be thrown in now by Rodriguez. He sends it back to Yao. Yao passes across to McGillivray. Now back out to Flowers. Now ahead and dribbling, passing back to McGillivray. All the way across the field to Gavin Randolph. Pass to Rodriguez. Taken away by Molka. And they're going to call the penalty on Milton Academy. That'll be a free kick for the Arrows. 5.5 minutes left in this scoreless first half. Baines boots it across midfield. Yao heads it, deflects off some bodies, taken for a second by Schmidt, but then stolen away by Kemper Tapia. Back to Yao, and now back to Richter as Milton Academy resets. Richter boots it down the field and finds Chuang. Chuang trying to lead Randolph. Randolph trying to chase it and keep it in bounds. He does. Now dribbling, trying to work his way through the defender, towards the box. Centering kick finds Chuang, but no control of it there, and he has to pass it back to Yao. Yao passes it across the field, finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez attempted centering kick, nothing there, booted away. Kemper Tapia checks it down and taps it back in for Richter. Richter starting to dribble towards the middle, sends a through pass, finds Rosito. Rosito passes along the corner for Catherson. Catherson streaking in, pass deflected, and then booted away by Kilmartin. Downed by Yao. Yao dribbling, pass in, deflected but taken by Rosito. Now leading McGillivray along the far side. McGillivray attempted centering pass, bounces past the goalie. Randolph tries to center it again. Swooping in was Chuang, but he couldn't wrestle the ball away from, I believe, Noonan. All the way back to Kemper Tapia. Now over to Catherson. Now head to Richter. Now out to the far side. Launched into the box and taken by Cooper McCann. Milton Academy being as aggressive as they can be, generating chance after chance, but nothing tickles the twine. McCann boots this one across midfield, off the head of Richter. Adams trying to take it. He deflects it back to Schmidt. Schmidt's kick is deflected and then taken by Flowers. Lost control of it, though. Taken back by Schmidt. Schmidt battling to keep control of it, taps it over to Adams. Now tapped over to O'Donnell, back to Noonan. And now down the far side. Tapped over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell sends it back to Kilmartin. Now over to Noonan. Noonan sends it back to Cummings. Cummings launches it off the head of Richter, off the head of Molka. We've got an injured player down as he might have collided the wrong way with Richter. I think this is the co-captain, William Adams. They're calling in the trainer. Looks like the head coach is going to come in for this too, so we're going to have a bit of a stoppage here. 2 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock here for the first half. No score thus far. Amazing that this game has remained scoreless given all the quality scoring chances that both teams have had, but especially Milton Academy. And it looks like Adams is going to be helped off, completely keeping his foot off of that left leg. Once again, no matter who you're rooting for, you certainly hope that young man is okay. I mean, one of the other co-captains, Aiden Noonan, had to limp off of the field, and he was able to come back later, so hopefully this is a similar case where the immediate pain is a lot worse than the long term. So now the question is, what do they do with that dead ball? I mean, do they call a penalty on Richter and give a free kick to St. Sebastian's, or do they say that Richter had possession and give the ball to Milton Academy? Given how late we are in the first half and given the part of the field that we're in, that's a big difference. And based on where the players are lining up, it looks like it's going to be a free kick for Milton Academy, as they had possession of the ball when the play was blown dead. So Richter will get the chance to restart things here. He passes ahead to Yao. Yao boots one ahead, trying to lead his teammate. It's found, I think that's Rusito. Rusito dribbling with it, running out of room, and it's taken away by Kilmartin and kicked across midfield. Out of bounds that one goes. Milton Academy takes the ball. Slight pause as Flowers gives it over to Catherson, who then immediately throws it right back to Flowers. Flowers taps for Catherson, now pass ahead for Rusito. Too much traffic there, and St. Sebastian's kicks it away. That'll be Milton Academy ball. Flowers getting ready to throw this one in. It's downed for a second by Rusito, but then taken away by St. Sebastian's. Pass deflected a couple of times and then taken, I believe, by Kemper Tapia. Pass back to Richter, and now all the way back to Buyu. Buyu with the ball and sends it over to Richter. Richter winds up and fires. Long pass off the head of McCarthy. Kick goes back to Flowers, now to McGillivray, now over to Catherson. Catherson pass ahead is kicked right back to Flowers. Flowers sends it back to Yao. Yao over to Richter. Richter to Yao, back to Richter. Swung over to McGillivray. Launch towards the box, and it's going to skip past everybody for a goal kick. So McCann will have the goal kick, as this one goes to Molka, off his head awkwardly. Noonan trying to get rid of it, but they're going to say it went off the hand of McGillivray. Noonan with a quick free kick, but then Buyu kicks it right back across midfield. Kilmartin swoops in and kicks it out of bounds. Clock frozen at 2 minutes. We are in stoppage time. Yao dribbling with it, passes it back to Richter. Richter dribbling with plenty of space to work, surveying, tries to send a pass through, but it's taken away by Baines. Pass to O'Donnell. Swooping in is Aiden Chuang. Chuang passes it over for Rodriguez, and he keeps it in bounds, but too many defenders now. It's cleared out. Skips past Kemper Tapia all the way back to Richter. Now back to Kemper Tapia. Now over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it back to Yao. Yao kicks it for Rusito, deflected away by Kilmartin. Goes back to Flowers. Flowers sends it along the line to Catherson. Taken away by Kilmartin. He's been busy the past few minutes. Passes ahead to Schmidt. Schmidt trying to dribble. Can't be taken away, but then he loses control and it goes to Richter. Now head to McGillivray. McGillivray deflected by Chuang, and then Baines kicks it away before it can be chased down by number 20, Conrad Brown. Dangerous chance now, but they're going to call offsides. Number 3, Matthew Malloy, was a little too fast there. And that's going to be the whistle for the first half. No score through our first 45 minutes here at Barrelson Field on the campus of Milton Academy in Milton, Massachusetts. Milton Academy 0, St. Sebastian's 0. Once again, I'm Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this Independent School League Boys Soccer Contest. If you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe as well so you can stay up to date on all of our upcoming broadcasts, including our live stream of the afternoon's girls soccer game against Phillips Exeter right after this one. In the meantime, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. I'll be taking a mute break. I'll be muting my mic, but the live stream will keep going, and I'll turn my mic back on to give you all the commentary for the second half once the action gets underway. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Barrelson Field on the campus of Milton Academy in Milton, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan on behalf of Milton Academy Live, bringing you live coverage of this Independent School League boys soccer contest between the visiting St. Sebastian's Arrows and the hosting Milton Academy Mustangs. We are scoreless through one half, though not for lack of trying from both sides. We saw a couple of dangerous chances for St. Sebastian's and about a baker's dozen worth of dangerous chances for Milton Academy, but nothing found the back of the net. Credit to the two teams' respective goalkeepers, Mateo Buyu for Milton Academy and Cooper McCann for St. Sebastian's, who are both going to return to their net-minding duties here in the second half. And of course, the defense, the backs for both teams providing a great defensive effort to keep this game scoreless. St. Sebastian's will get this underway, and it is number 7, Oliver O'Donnell, at midfield, ready to get us underway, and here we go. Pass back, immediately deflected away by Milton Academy. Zach Sardi-Santos tapping it ahead for Wyatt Wally. Kicked away, though, by Aiden McCarthy. Ahead to Brendan Schmidt. Schmidt trying to fight his way through. Poked away by Boyd Nako and tapped back to Greg Yao. Yao kicks it ahead, and it's again taken away by McCarthy. Sardi-Santos providing the pressure, and it's lost out of bounds. That'll be Milton Academy ball. This will be Nick Catherson getting ready to throw it in. He's been playing both ends of the field so far today. His is taken away by Kilmartin. Passed to Schmidt. Schmidt dribbling with it along the near side. Tries to float one ahead and tries to lead Matthew Malloy, but not there as it goes easily into the arms of Mateo Buyu. Greg Yao now dribbling with it. Passes back to Jack Flowers. Flowers over to Yao. Yao down the far side, finds Aiden Rodriguez, who passes ahead to Gavin Randolph. Now back to Rodriguez, back to Randolph. Randolph hits traffic and goes back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it to the middle to Greg Yao. Yao passes to Luke Randolph. Luke Randolph trying to dribble, fakes out his man, still dribbling, hits too much traffic and passes ahead along to Wyatt. Centering kick is slightly deflected, couldn't be downed by Sardi-Santos. Kicked into space, but taken by Catherson. Touched for Randolph, now to Catherson, now over to Wally. Wally trying to get around, trying to maintain possession, but eventually too much from the defense, and it's taken away by Kilmartin. Kicked ahead for William Adams. He tries to fight his way through, but it's taken away by Zach Sardi-Santos. Now to Catherson. Pass back, intercepted by Malloy. Malloy trying to dribble along the near side. He's being pressured. Centering kick finds Schmidt. Schmidt dribbling with it. Sends it through. Looking for Malloy. Dangerous chance here. Centering kick saved by Buyu. Might have been aiming for number 12, Jack Molka there, but wasn't quite there. Aiden Rodriguez dribbling with it. Passes ahead to Gavin Randolph. Now back to Rodriguez. Off the mark, though. Rodriguez tracks it down, sends it back to Yao. Now across the field to Catherson. Catherson ahead to Wally. Wally sends it through the defender's legs. A scrum for it, and it's taken by Luke Randolph. Malloy applying pressure. Ball lost out of bounds, and it'll stay with Milton Academy. Catherson throws it in for Flowers. Couple passes back and forth, and now Greg Yao dribbling with it. Sends it over to the far side to Richter. Richter floats it down the far side, looking for Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to maintain possession here. Deflection is last touched by Milton Academy. This will be a goal kick for McCann. By the by, if I am pronouncing anyone's names wrong on either side, please correct me in the live chat. I want to get things as accurately as I can. St. Sebastian's working on the clear, but this one is intercepted by Yao. Passed over to Catherson. Back to Yao. Back to Richter. Richter dribbling with plenty of space to work. Pass leading for Boyd, Nako, and it's cut off by Cooper McCann. McCann boots it in the air. He's got the wind behind him now here in the second half after they switch sides. Taken away by Yao and passed back to Richter. Kicked all the way back to Buyu. Buyu taps it over for Flowers. Flowers dribbling, boots it across midfield, and it's downed and kicked away by Alexander Baines. Finds O'Donnell. Now O'Donnell's pass intercepted by Gavin Randolph, bringing his speed along the far side. Fakes out a defender, still going along the far side. Attempted centering pass, finds Luke Randolph, who launches it over the bar. Goal kick now coming from McCann. Goes right to Aiden McCarthy and now back to McCann. Now McCann winds up off the head of Luke Randolph, taken by Sardi Santos, but they're going to call offsides. Shot was saved by McCann anyway. Now getting ready for the free kick off the offsides. I believe this will be McCarthy. Launches it towards midfield, but headed by Luke Randolph, downed by Kilmartin. But he loses it to Greg Yao. Floated over for Gavin Randolph. Randolph dribbling. Sends it back to Richter. Richter's pass deflected away, but lost out of bounds. That was Schmidt and Malloy applying the pressure. And now this will be a throw-in for Milton Academy. Goes to Richter. Richter passes ahead for Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos tries to send it down the far end, but it's deflected and lost out of bounds. It'll stay Milton Academy's ball. Throw-in now goes off the head of Baines and out of bounds. Still Milton Academy's ball. Another throw-in down the line. Off Baines again, and that'll once again be a throw-in for Milton Academy. They quickly throw it in for Sardi Santos, who's trying to weave his way through. Randolph trying to help, but eventually kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with Milton Academy. Another throw-in for Sardi Santos. Tapped back, now dribbling through, and too much traffic kicked away. Goes back to Richter, who taps it over for Nako. Long kick over for Catherson. Catherson fakes out his defender, keeps dribbling in, still dribbling, tries to get through. That might be a penalty in the box. That's going to be a penalty in the box. This will be our first penalty kick. Big chance for Milton Academy. And Aiden McCarthy couldn't believe the call. This is going to be a big chance for the Mustangs. It was Nick Catherson who drew the PK, but it looks like they're going to have Henry Richter take the shot. Richter versus McCann. A chance to break this scoreless streak here. Here comes Richter. Shot in! Mustangs strike first! Henry Richter breaks the scoreless tie with the penalty kick goal. Milton Academy goes up 1-0 here in the 53rd minute. That's his second PK goal, at least that I've witnessed in the past 2 weeks. The senior center midi and center back from Newton, Massachusetts, delivered well after the penalty was drawn nicely from Nick Catherson. Pass goes back. Score now, Milton Academy 1, St. Sebastian's 0. St. Sebastian's loses it out of bounds. A relentless attack from Milton Academy throughout this game, and they moved the ball slowly and methodically down the field before a long pass to Catherson, who tried to just juke out every defender he could before eventually drawing the penalty. Long throw-in, deflected, scrumming for it, off the head of Luke Randolph, finds Sardi Santos. Sent across and kicked away by Baines. Taken by throw-in from Richter. Passed back to Yao, who has to quickly pass it back to Buyu, who kicks it over to Flowers, who patiently waits for it. Now kicked ahead, intercepted, deflected away by Noonan, now taken, passed ahead to William Adams. Catherson on his heels. Catherson swoops in and takes that ball away instantly, tripped up by Schmidt, and that'll draw a penalty. Catherson has big speed, and that's why they're able to use him all over the field. Kick is deflected over to the far side. I think that is Rusito. And the pass back to Richter, a bit wild, but Richter gets to it and kicks it over to Flowers. Flowers, a long leading pass, goes off the head of McCarthy. Bounces past Noonan, downed by Sardi Santos. He manages to kick ahead, but Randolph couldn't fight it through. And the kick goes over to William Adams. Adams again bringing the speed against Catherson, trying to lead Malloy, but just not there. And it's tracked down by Richter and kicked back to Buyu, who then passes over to Flowers. Flowers to Catherson, all the way back to Buyu again. Buyu passes along the middle, finds Flowers again. Flowers boots it ahead, intercepted by Kilmartin, but then it bounces to Nako. Pass ahead to Gavin Randolph. Randolph launches one high and across the field finds Wyatt Wally. Wally couldn't fake out Kilmartin, and he takes it right back. Kilmartin passes ahead for Adams, but it gets deflected away and goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell back to McCarthy. McCarthy launches one into the air, taken by Yao. Yao sends a pass to Luke Randolph. Now he passes it over for Nako. Nako taps ahead, finds Gavin Randolph. Shot, but it didn't count anyway. Offsides call against Milton Academy. The shot wouldn't have gone as McCann had it well defended, but might have drawn a corner kick there if not for the offsides call. 1-0. Milton Academy leads St. Sebastian's off the PK goal from Henry Richter. This one launched into the air across midfield, off the head, off another head, more heads, and now deflected down by, I believe, Nako. He's working his way down the far side, back towards the middle. Pass sent through for Sardi Santos. Dangerous, but deflected by McCann. And I think they called either offsides or a penalty on Sardi Santos anyway. Nice idea by Milton Academy, but just not enough room. Well defended by Cooper McCann. The Arrows now working on the clear, trying to get across midfield, but they run into traffic, and it's taken away. Yao now sends it back to Flowers. Flowers decides to dribble up the middle, keep dribbling, and ultimately tap it over to Catherson. Catherson dribbling along the near side, deflected away by Kilmartin. He's been very effective, but we've got a penalty call. Another penalty draw by Nick Catherson. He's been very effective at getting those calls. Luke Randolph sends it over to Wyatt Wally. Now a centering kick is a bit wild, but tracked down by Nako. Passed back to Richter. Richter dribbling in space, still dribbling through. Taps ahead for Sardi Santos. Now a bit of a give and go. Floated up, just tapped away by McCann. What a save. Wally tries to center it again, but lost out of bounds. Dangerous kick from, I believe, Luke Randolph that McCann just barely managed to get his hand on, as he now passes to Aiden McCarthy. Milton Academy almost made it 2-0 with that one. Cross midfield taken by Catherson. Kicks it past, but he's called for an illegal kick. Looks like this will be Kellen Kilmartin, number 4, who will be taking this free kick just past midfield. A lot of players gathering near the box. Kilmartin launches it, and it skips into the arms of Mateo Buyu. Buyu rolls it. It's taken by Wyatt Wally, who passes ahead to Catherson. Catherson sends it ahead to Luke Randolph. Randolph trying to lead Catherson. Catherson bringing the speed, but it's just cut off by Kilmartin. Sardi Santos swoops in and takes the ball. Too much traffic, though. And that's going to be a corner kick now. Deflected out of bounds by the St. Sebastian's defenders. Milton Academy rushing the corner kick. They tap it to Wally. Wally kicks it towards the middle, deflected by McCarthy. And now McCarthy launches it. That's going to go out of bounds. So Milton Academy maintains possession. And we got a mass of substitutions coming in for both teams. For Milton Academy, number 21, Anthony Rosito. Number 2, Griffin McGillivray. And I think one more I didn't quite catch. Catherson looking for the throw-in. He sends it into Gavin Randolph, tapped back to Catherson, who now sends it across to Greg Yao. Yao decides to send it down the far end. I think that might be Matthias Kemper-Tapia. Long kick towards the middle for Yao. Yao launches one into the air, trying to set up for Catherson, but no room there, taken easily by McCann. We're in the 61st minute now. And we're battling for it in midfield. 1-0, the Milton Academy lead, as the Mustangs now trying to set something up again. Anthony Rosito was racing down the far side, but could not collect the ball. This will be a goal kick now for the Arrows. Our one score so far, a penalty kick goal from number 8, Henry Richter, after the penalty draw by number 4, Nick Catherson. Pass sent ahead, but just off the mark. Deflection goes back to McGillivray. McGillivray trying to fight his way through, but too much traffic. Still battling, and eventually St. Sebastian's takes control. Pass back and forth to Oliver O'Donnell. He tries to send one ahead, taken by Flowers, but battling for it was number 21, and he battles for it again and deflects it out of bounds. Alexander Perkin providing some pressure for the Arrows. And Catherson went a little too... Catherson not throwing it in from the appropriate place, and so they keep blowing the whistle. But now we get a legal throw in. It goes to Yao. Quick pass to Kemper-Tapia, but it goes past him, back to Richter. Richter sends it along the far end for, I believe, Rosito, and then a pass to Kemper-Tapia is then taken away by O'Donnell. O'Donnell gets slide tackled by Catherson. Catherson doesn't like the call, but that's going to be a penalty against him, and that'll be a free kick for the Arrows. This will now be Oliver O'Donnell taking the free kick for the Arrows as they set up a number of players near the box. Here's the kick, high in the air. Deflects off ahead, but bounces wide and out of bounds. They're going to say it went off the head of a Milton Academy player, though, and so that's going to be a corner kick now for St. Sebastian's. It's just a one-score game right now, 1-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Corner kick here. Up in the air. Big chance. Deflected off the head of Yao and out of the box. Hoffman tracks it down, pass to O'Donnell, deflected, and then headed away by Gavin Randolph. Now a pass ahead, leading for Luke Randolph. Luke Randolph tried to lead Kemper Tapia, but just off the mark there. And Baines kicks it back to McCann, now over to McCarthy. McCarthy now working on the clear attempt. Pass ahead to O'Donnell. Bit of a set of deflections there, and then O'Donnell loses it out of bounds. Randolph throws it in, and Catherson draws another penalty. That whistle blown against Alexander Baines, and this will be a free kick for Milton Academy. Tapped for Gavin Randolph, who starts dribbling around the edge. Centering kick, deflected high in the air. Swing and a miss for Richter. Now a swing from Kemper Tapia is deflected out. Now Luke Randolph trying to make things happen. He's swarmed, tries to pass back, deflected away, but then Kemper Tapia takes it and sends it back to Richter. Richter launches one high into the box, and it's caught like a pop fly by McCann. "25 minutes left in this one. Throw-in is immediately taken by, I believe, Aiden Rodriguez. Pass back to McGillivray. McGillivray pressured by Hoffman, and he passes it away to Kemper Tapia. Back to Richter. Now across the field to Flowers, who's being pressured by O'Donnell, but manages to get it away to Richter. Richter sends it back to Buyu. Buyu launches it into the air. Finds a teammate, a couple of passes. It's taken away. And now St. Sebastian's working on the attack. Pass ahead for Schmidt. Schmidt battling, gets through one defender, fires! Turned away by Buyu. Big chance to tie this game up for Brendan Schmidt, but the quick hands of Mateo Buyu maintains the Milton Academy lead. This will now be a corner kick for the Arrows. Corner kick high in the air. Over everybody, and it's chased down by Rusito. Rusito sends one down the line. Cut off and deflected out of bounds by St. Sebastian's. Slight stoppage as we've got some subs now coming in. Couple guys, including number 15, Will Gallagher, and what seems to be number 27, Christian Cacombe. Long clearing kick from Milton Academy is taken by Cummings. Cummings' pass intercepted by, I believe, Conrad Brown. Now another kick ahead, and now the Arrows trying to work on the attack. Dangerous centering kick, but taken away by Catherson. Catherson pump fakes and manages to get it away from his man. Pass to Yao. Yao gets pressured and passes back to Flowers. Flowers sends one over to Yao. Yao works along the far side to, I believe, Conrad Brown. Ahead to McGillivray. Now ahead for Rusito. Rusito dribbling with it. Got some space. Pass ahead for Cacombe. Cacombe gets whistled. Another offsides call. This will be a free kick for the Arrows now. Cummings launches a liner, deflected by Brown. Downed by Rusito. Rusito now a leading pass for Brown. Brown, centering kick for Kakome, deflected away, and then booted out of the box. Now Yao, battling in the transition game, gets it back for Brown. Now over to Yao. Yao passes ahead. Rusito barely keeps it in bounds. Tries to fake out his defender, but not there. Can't get it away, and it's stolen away by the St. Sebastian's defense. Kellen Kilmartin, now that he's moved over to the far side, he's been just as effective defending on that side for St. Sebastian's. Free kick now for the Mustangs, and it goes back to Richter. Richter pass ahead, broken up, but then recovered by McGillivray. McGillivray trying to lead for Rusito. Rusito stops, turns back, centering kick, finds McGillivray, trying to fight through, kick deflected. Now attempted shot by Rusito, turned away by McCann. A laser fired by McGillivray was deflected by Aiden McCarthy, and then when Anthony Rusito recovered the rebound, he didn't have much of an angle there, and so it was saved at close range by Cooper McCann. Now this will be a corner kick for the Mustangs. Just over 20 minutes left in this ball game. Milton Academy nursing a 1-0 lead. Trying to add to it here. Here comes the corner. Bounces high in the air off ahead. Now off the head of Kakome. And downed by Milton Academy. Attempted centering kick deflected by Hoffman. Scrumming for the ball, and it's ultimately kicked out of bounds by the Arrows. Substitution taking us some time. But now we're going to have a throw in for the Mustangs. Goes to Rusito, but then tapped right back. Now passed out of traffic to, I believe, Brown, and now across the field to Catherson. Tapped over for Yao. Now back to Flowers. Over to Richter. Richter to Brown. Back to Richter. Or my mistake, I don't think that was Brown. I think that was Kemper Tapia. Now passed over to Flowers. Flowers over to Catherson. Catherson dribbling with it, fakes out a defender, but fakes out his teammate. This could spell disaster. Brendan Schmidt with the ball off the turnover, dribbling, runs into traffic. Adams can't kick it away, and it's scooped up by Buyu. Milton Academy got away with one there. That was a sloppy turnover that could have spelled disaster for the Mustangs. Instead, their defense hustled back and recovered. Long kick by Richter. Rusito chasing after it, but not fast enough to get there before McCann. Now a roll in, a pass to, I believe, O'Donnell. Now ahead to Hoffman. Back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell sends it back to McCarthy. McCarthy taps it over to Baines. Centering kick off the mark, intercepted by Catherson. Catherson dribbling in the middle. Pass over to McGillivray. Now over to the far side to Brown. Brown fighting his way through. A give and go back to Brown. Conrad Brown, attempted centering pass is just off the mark, kicked away. And they managed to clear it out of the box all the way back to Greg Yao. Yao passes over to McGillivray. McGillivray trying to fake out his defender. Leading pass for Rusito. Centering kick. Tapped in. No, it's not in. It's wide. I got confused. It was tapped off the outside of the net. Dangerous chance there. This one goes into Baines. Kakome trying to take it away. Forces him to pass back to McCarthy. McCarthy Back now to McCann. Now back over to Baines. Baines being pursued by Gallagher, but he manages to get it away. Pass ahead. And now trying to fight his way through is Perkin, but too much traffic there, and they float it back to Gallagher. Gallagher now dribbling with it along the near side. Centering pass. Dangerous, but booted away at the last second. Goes back to McGillivray. McGillivray now dribbling with it. Fakes out his defender, but too many defenders coming. He has to pass it away. Gets it back to, I believe, Kemper Tapia, who then passes it back to Richter. Richter floats it across the field to Catherson, who can't quite keep it in bounds. We got a massive substitutions coming in for both teams. Throw in from Baines. He fakes going forward and goes back to McCarthy. McCarthy now passes ahead to Jack Molko, but immediately stolen away by Catherson. Catherson sends one through the legs to Cacombe. Cacombe launches a centering kick, but it bounces right into the arms of McCann. This one is sent up. Bit of a deflection. Catherson takes control, trying to dribble with it. Pass ahead to Chuang. Aiden Chuang sends one through looking for Cacombe, but cut off by Baines. Baines kicks it out, finds Molka along the near side. Molka launches one, but it's taken by Flowers. Flowers taps it over to Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos launches it across the field, finds his target. I think that is Rusito dribbling with it, centering pass to Sardi Santos. He's now trying to dribble. Leading pass is just off the mark. Now we have number 6, Wyatt Wally, checking into the game, replacing Nick Catherson. Catherson has been everywhere for Milton Academy today. As this kick goes off the head of Sardi Santos, down by Chuang, kick deflected, and then taken away by Molka. Molka dribbling along the near side, turns around, being pursued by Chuang, gets a pass away, finds Malloy for a second. Malloy lost control of it, and his pass misses the mark and is taken away by Milton Academy. Sardi Santos dribbling with it across midfield, taps it ahead for Wally, now pass to Cacombe. Cacombe manages to tap the ball over to Boyd Nako. Now a leading pass for Aiden Rodriguez, who launches it over the bar. This will be a goal kick. Now the goal kick off one head, off another. Kicked by Nako, finds Chuang. Chuang tries to give it to Sardi Santos. Couldn't complete the pass, but did draw the penalty. This will now be a free kick for the Mustangs. '72nd minute. My mistake, 78th minute. Here in this contest, free kick from Wyatt Wally. Floats up into the air against the wind. McCann deflects it away, but he's on the ground. Back to a floating shot, just wide. That one was too close. How many bad luck bounces can a team get on its scoring chances? I mean, that was prime real estate. Instead, it'll be a goal kick for St. Sebastian's. Couple deflections off of that. Now it's kicked up into the air and lost out of bounds off the foot of Noonan. Quick throw in, a little too quick. Rodriguez has to wait for the subs. Throw in now is tapped right back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbling with pressure. Gets it back to Yao. Yao passes over to Flowers. Flowers to Yao. Back to Richter. Richter, pass ahead, almost broken up, but instead it's just going to be lost out of bounds. Rodriguez, a quick throw in to Nako. Almost broken up, but Rodriguez's pass is instead intercepted, and they're going to whistle Rodriguez for a penalty on that one. And, oh, I think the card is coming out. We've got a yellow card. And that's going to be against Aiden Rodriguez. I think they didn't like that he was moving the ball along with his foot, delaying the free kick, and so he's been carded. A physical contest this one has been, to be sure. And the official didn't like that little delaying tactic, and so Aiden Rodriguez gets the yellow card. Free kick into the box, off ahead of a Milton Academy player, but scooped up by Mbuyu. He heaves a pass, deflected away by McCarthy, and now taken by Baines. Another chance for St. Sebastian's, but they lose track of the ball, and Catherson boots it across midfield. McCarthy chases it down, pass across to Cummings. Cummings has it stolen away by Nako. Nako dribbling with the ball, leading for Recito. Recito fakes out a defender, fakes out another. Pass over to Chuang, shot off the bar! Milton Academy on the counter strike there almost delivered the dagger. Instead, it remains 1-0 here with just under 10 minutes to play. This one booted into the air. Deflected, taken for a second by Malloy, but then deflected out of bounds by Catherson. Baines will be throwing it in. Sends it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell back to McCarthy. Now back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell dribbling, being pursued by Wally. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy boots one into the air and out of bounds. Inbounds throw, pressure coming, but they managed to get it out to Gavin Randolph. Now a leading pass for, I think, Recito. Centering kick is deflected away, but then recovered again. Another kick to the center, but kicked away by Baines. Now goes all the way back. A pass over to Yao now. Deflected away, taken by Malloy. Big chance for St. Sebastian's. Malloy dribbling with too much pressure, though, and it's kicked away by Sardi Santos. Goes ahead to Nako. Nako fakes out a defender, keeps dribbling. Taps one over, finds Yao. Yao sends it over to Wally on the near side. Wally dribbling. Finds an opening, kicks a centering kick, but way too high. Over everyone and out of bounds. Just over 8 minutes left here in this one. Milton Academy 1, St. Sebastian's 0. Throw in now, deflected into the air. Now fighting through is St. Sebastian's. Kick ahead, trying to lead for Molka, but timing wasn't there and it's scooped up by Buyu. Now rolled over to Catherson. Catherson boots one high in the air. Bit of a deflection. Bit of confusion, but ultimately kicked by Chuang. Now a leading pass attempted for Gavin Randolph is cut off. Kicked away by, I believe, McCarthy, but it goes right to Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos tries to lead his teammate, but deflected off the head and kicked away. St. Sebastian's trying to work on the counter again. This is Schmidt, but his pass intercepted by Richter. Richter gets it through, and now that one's taken away. Couple passes. St. Sebastian's trying to make things happen. Noonan's pass off the mark. Now throwing this one back in will be Aiden Rodriguez back in the game after being carded. Off the head. Bit of a scrum for the ball on the far side. Still battling for it. Gavin Randolph trying to kick it away. He does. Milton Academy still working in the narrow space along the far sideline. Rodriguez being swarmed. It's deflected out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Milton Academy. 6 minutes left on the clock. Kicked right back by St. Sebastian's, but it goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez kicks it ahead, finds a teammate. Centering kick for Yao. Yao gets swarmed, though. It's taken away, trying to fight their way through. They got some slight leverage here. I believe this is Adams. Adams trying to fight. Shot, saved by Buyu. Juicy rebound shot, score! Equalizer from Jack Molka. This game is knotted up at 1 apiece with just over 5 minutes to play. The strong effort from William Adams just to maintain possession and get a shot off. And then after the save, the juicy rebound scooped up by Jack Molka and launched into the net. Just under 5 minutes left here in this game, and we're all squared at 1. Kick goes back to Jack Flowers. Flowers launches one into the air, trying to lead for Wyatt Wally. McCarthy kind of whiffs, but then it's deflected away by Cummings, still staying in bounds, and then ultimately kicked out of bounds by the St. Sebastian's defense. Sardi Santos will be throwing this one into Wally. Wally, and the kick is deflected out off Sardi Santos by Schmidt. The throw-in, taken by Malloy, now kicked by Schmidt, but downed by Richter, sends it in, but kicked right back out, kicked right back in by Yao, and tapped over to Sardi Santos. Sardi Santos sends one over to Wally in the corner, centering kick, off the head and over the bar. Just under 4 minutes left in this one, and right now we are headed for a tie. Goal kick here. Off the head of Rodriguez. Bouncing over, and now kicked away by St. Sebastian's, goes back to Yao. Pass along the far side goes out of bounds. This will be arrow ball. Throw in here. Taken by Malloy. Malloy kicks to O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to send it through to Hoffman. Dangerous, but cut off by Catherson. And then the kick is deflected out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick now for Buyu. Buyu launches this one into the air. Deflects off ahead, and Randolph whiffs on that one. Now trying to take it back, but it deflects to Schmidt. But now Gavin Randolph trying to swoop it away. Kicks it ahead to Luke Randolph. Now a leading pass going for Boyd Nako. Nako kicks it through. Will this go in? Yes, it will! Milton Academy back on top. Unbelievable counter strike by the Mustangs. Now we are in stoppage time. The clock frozen at 2 minutes. They scored that one just in time, and I believe that one was scored by number 16, Boyd Nako. Cooper McCann rushed out to handle that one aggressively. What an effort by the Mustangs, and now last-ditch effort from St. Sebastian's. Milton Academy trying to push the issue here. Luke Randolph all by himself trying to provide the pressure as he deflects it against Cummings. Luke Randolph with a dangerous chance here. Through pass attempted for Sardi Santos, deflected away and then kicked away by McCann, but right back to Wyatt Wally. Milton Academy won't let this one rest. Wally now dribbling. We're in stoppage time. Wally manages to send it towards the middle, but scooped up by McCann. High into the air. It goes off the head of Flowers. Kicked by Yao. Now booted away by Baines. High in the air. Big chance for the Arrows. Headed ahead by Kilmartin. Fired. Missed. That might have been the last best chance for St. Sebastian's. Only the officials know how much time is left in this one. We are in stoppage time. Milton Academy 2, St. Sebastian's 1. This will be a goal kick now for the Mustangs. Buyu kicks it high into the air towards midfield. A deflection. Taken for a second by Randolph, but then picked off. That's Hoffman trying to fight his way through, but too much pressure. Booted away by Sardi Santos. Now into some open space, and now Anthony Recito showing his speed, but then it's taken away by Aiden McCarthy. Recito chases it back down, trying to keep track of it, but it's lost out of bounds. McCarthy quickly throws it into Molka. Molka's kick deflected. Back to Molka, but a handball. Free kick for St. Sebastian's. They're trying to move it. They know they don't have time. Kick is headed away by Malloy, over to Molka. Molka working along the near side, pressured by Catherson. Ball lost out of bounds. Throw in for the Arrows. They've got to hurry. No, it's going to be a corner kick for the Arrows. They need to get this one off in a hurry. Oh no, it's a throw-in, and they're getting ready to launch this towards the box off a throw-in. Kilmartin, the big throw-in. Deflected off the head and out of bounds. Too high off the head of Malloy. Now that might have been their last best chance, but I said that last time and they proved me wrong, so who knows? Big kick from Buyu, and that will do it. Your final score from Barrelson Field. The Milton Academy Mustangs 2. The St. Sebastian's Arrows 1. What a thriller that one turned out to be. A scoreless fight through the first half with plenty of great scoring chances, just not connecting. Then early in the second half, Milton Academy manages to break the tie. Nick Catherson drew the penalty, and then Henry Richter buried the penalty kick score to make it 1-0. The score stayed that way for such a long time, and it seemed like Milton Academy might be able to get out of here with a narrow 1-0 win. But then, with just about 5 minutes left in the game, a big score by Jack Molka off the rebound of a shot by William Adams to knot this one up at 1 apiece. But then Milton Academy with the big counter strike off the score by Boyd Nako with just over 2 minutes left in regulation to score the final goal, the go-ahead goal, and ultimately the winning goal. Milton Academy's win streak stays alive. 6 straight wins now and a 7-1-1 record. St. Sebastian's, despite a valiant effort against a very good Milton team, falls now to 3-4 on the year. On behalf of Milton Academy Live, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, happy to have brought you live coverage of this Independent School League boys soccer contest. If you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of our future broadcasts, including the one that's going to be starting in a little less than an hour now, when the girls' soccer team takes the field against Phillips Exeter. In the meantime, I'm Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. Your final score, Milton Academy 2, St. Sebastian's 1. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.